I love the Trio Kit because it tackles a variety of different cuticle types, from the overgrown to crunchy and crispy to normal. What does that all mean? Well, I'm about to show you how the Trio Kit will make dry manicuring a breeze. All right, the first bit in the kit is the small tapered barrel. I'm gonna run it at 15,000 RPMs, and depending on how thick that cuticle is, I may increase it. So right here, I'm at 15,000 RPMs, and I'm just sweeping away the cuticle, very, very gentle pressure. Once the majority of it has come off, just like that, I'm going to reduce my RPMs to about 8. And that way, if there's just a little bit left, I am not over filing. And I'm also using that flat edge and just gently pushing it into the proximal fold as I shape the cuticle area. One of the best uses for the small tapered barrel in medium is to go over that sticky cuticle. So that sticky cuticle is where like the eponychium has grown out with the nail. Usually clients like this are really sensitive and they do not like when you push back with a pusher. And if I'm gonna put an enhancement on, then I'm just gonna drop my barrel and work down the nail. Just like this, because this bit is in medium, I can use it for cuticle work as well as nail prep before product application. Now I'm taking some alcohol in my nylon brush to show you guys what it looks like. Now, depending on the overgrown stickiness, sometimes this will be able to exfoliate right off. Other times we have a little bit of a ledge, and this is where you can use some discernment. Are you going to use your cuticle nippers or your scissors, or use like a refining ball to just soften that skin so it doesn't look like you have a flap? In this case, I'm just at the very end of my service. I'm going to use my Lunalex Cuticle Hydrating Oil with the polisher ball just to smooth and soften everything down. For the next bit, I'm going to show you guys the Safety Cuticle Skiver, but before I use it, I am just going to gently release the cuticle off of the nail plate by using a pusher. I don't apply much force. I'm not scraping it. I'm just using it to push up. Now I'm going to run at about 8,000 RPMs in the forward direction, between 9 and 12,000, and I'm starting from the right direction, moving it down the left. My first couple passes, I mostly focus on just getting those dead skin cells off of the nail plate. I'm also rotating my client's nail so that I am not stretching out the lateral fold. If you want to prep, I can go ahead and do that as well while I'm in the forward, since I am working with medium. Prep that nail. Rough it up so that I can apply my product. Okay, now that I've done all 10 nails in forward, I'm going to turn my e-file off, put it in reverse, and then work from left to right, keeping my bit flat and just very, very gently pushing into the proximal fold, just grooming and sweeping away any of those dead cuticles. If you're new to dry manicuring, this is the #1 bit I would recommend. I'm going to go ahead and spray it. Remove those dead skin cells, and it looks great. Okay, now you guys can see that there's still some of that eponychium right there. Then go ahead and just take our nippers or a ball bit. He's got a lot of moisture in his hands, so I would use my nippers and then just smooth it down with the fine refining ball, okay? What I love about this kit is the versatility. So it's introducing you to different bits because there's different skin types. So I switched out my model, and you can see my model here is more crusty. So I like using the micro taper that allows me to get into the sinus area and just sweep out those dead skin cells while also prepping that regrowth area. I'm going to bring it down the lateral fold. I'm never doing this because I do not want to distort the track. Again, do not do this. Rotate the hand and just remove those dead skin cells that are actually on the nail plate. Once you have done all 10 fingers, turn your e-file off and then put it in the reverse direction to do the opposite. We're just sweeping, very, very gentle. We're not holding the bit down and dragging it. We're just sweeping. Now, my client here is really crusty, so I'm going to use this edge right here since I'm in the reverse. Be careful that it doesn't catch and tear, but I'm just going to exfoliate. That way we're just going to soften her skin, just like this. If you feel like it's catching, just go ahead and increase your RPMs. So now I'm running at about 15,000 RPMs, and this is going to vary depending on how crunchy. You're like, not extra crunchy, but crunchy. Okay, crunchy, softening the skin, which I'm going to then use my Lunalex Cuticle Oil, super hydrating, at the very end with the polisher bit. That way I can just soften everything that I've been exfoliating. This is also another really good bit to use with your clients who have a very deep C curve. That way I can really clean this area, doing my back roll to stand up that cuticle. And let's go ahead and see how it looks. Girl, you're not crunchy no more. Wonderful. Now, if you're absolutely loving what this trio kit can do, it's like the icing on top of the cake, is use your Lunalux oil. You're going to do this at the very end after you've applied your nail enhancement, and then you're going to use the polisher bit, okay? So here I am, I have my Lunalux oil. You can be running in forward or reverse, and we're just smoothing that area in which we've been exfoliating. Again, you only want to use the oil on the completed nail, all right? So yes, I have jumped ahead of myself like I normally do. We're going to pretend that this nail is orange. 'Tis the season for pumpkins and all things fall. And we're going to hydrate, working that oil in. It's not going to be greasy, softening it. That way it grows out nice and soft. Okay. So there is my final look at the nail. So if you're loving what you've seen in the trio kit, definitely go ahead, upgrade it, and get the polisher ball with the Lunalux. You will not be disappointed. And wow, you just look so pretty. Thank you. The trio kit is one of our most popular kits because it gets you familiar with the different types of shapes that you can use to do cuticle work. Comment below, what are the most difficult cuticles you find to work on? And if you haven't already, go ahead, like and subscribe.